Hey guys, Master Piercy here. I just finished my first class with a mask, and it was pretty intense. And I gotta tell you, I couldn't. After class was over, I was like, okay, I gotta get this off and breathe. I'll get used to it. I'm gonna have to be wearing it probably eight hours a day, which will be fun. But yeah, it's not too bad. I wanted to talk to you guys for a minute about dangerous ideas. Like, what's an idea that's dangerous? I remember when I was a kid, I used to hear older people, much older people than me, say, that's a dangerous idea. Those are dangerous ideas. And usually they were saying it in the idea of communism. Communism has some dangerous ideas. And of course, me being the kind of James Bond fan or spy movie fan, I was like, well, danger's my middle name, so let's explore these dangerous ideas. And it's something where I'm now beginning to realize that there is such a thing as dangerous ideas. Ideas can be dangerous, and keeping along the lines of like communism, capitalism, that kind of thing, where it's like communism in itself may not be a dangerous idea. Capitalism in itself isn't maybe a dangerous idea, but how many people died in the name of communism and capitalism? You think about wars for a good 50 years that both sides were involved in, and millions of people died, and millions of people got injured, like seriously injured, lost limbs, lost their vision or their sight or their eyes, lost teeth, lost feeling in their arms and because of nerve damage and stuff like that. And unthinkable amounts of people were hurt and raped and taken advantage of. And that was all because of an idea, a dangerous idea, dangerous ideas. And there's literally no reason that I can think of. I've been thinking about this a lot, and there's literally no reason I can think of where the leaders of communism and the leaders of capitalism couldn't have just got together and just talked it out. I mean, on paper, they had a lot of things in common. They had things in common. They didn't want people to suffer. They wanted people to survive and thrive. There was no need for those people to die, but they died because of an idea. And you have to think, almost every assault that's ever been committed, every murder that's ever been committed, every crime that's ever been committed, basically, almost every single one, barring very, very tiny percentage where maybe something happened by accident. But every crime that's ever been committed started with an idea. So, yeah, ideas can be dangerous. And that's just, I'm using communism, capitalism, because that's the old idea. And then they kind of, they have socialism, which is somewhere in between the two. But those are ideas. And people got burned alive for them. Cities and towns and forests got napalmed because of capitalism and communism not being able to talk it out. So that's the idea of a dangerous idea. And almost every fight that you're ever going to be in or not going to be in comes from an idea. That's it. It's one idea. It's basically the idea that you have to fight, right? You don't have to fight. You don't have to get involved. You don't have to necessarily, nobody has to die, nobody has to get assaulted. In almost every single case. We could say in every case. It's the idea that's dangerous. And then we have this kind of, some people think it's a dangerous idea to wear a mask or not to wear a mask, but, we have to talk it out. But I think it's a lot more dangerous not to wear a mask than it is to wear a mask. We've had people faint in the school long before we had people wearing masks. But it's just because the workouts were too intense. If that starts to happen to you at any point, anytime, you need to learn how to stop. You need to learn how to take a breath. And of course, you have to make sure you're adequately hydrated and had enough food that day, and all those other things. You can't just have a cup of black coffee and then run into all day and then run into a skills class. That's not going to work. You got to have something in your system. And you also have to be well rested too. Like, maybe you can have a cup of black coffee and run into skill class if you're completely well rested and you've had no stresses that day. But if, anything throws off your system, you're done. So you have to eat, you have to get water, you have to sleep. You just have to do these things. These are mandatory things in order for you to be able to train Kung Fu properly. Soon it's going to be a mandatory thing to wear masks, whether we like it or not. And I feel we're just going to get the drop on it here. So I feel the dangerous idea in my head. And again, this is an idea. I'm not going to die for this idea. But I feel the dangerous idea is to not wear masks. So we're going to have to wear them, and I'm going to have to get used to wearing it every day, 8 hours a day. I'll be right there with you, suffering along with you. Waitresses, waiters are now wearing masks. Store clerks are wearing masks. Construction workers have been wearing masks for a long time. Hospital workers. It's not fun. Everyone will tell you that, but it's something I think we have to do, at least until there's a readily available, widely used, highly effective, safe vaccine for the population to use that may exist. But until that day comes, or until there's a really effective treatment or really effective cure, then we're kind of stuck. The best thing we can do is not spread it further. So that's mainly it. The goal is to be open on August 4th, right after the long weekend. That's a Tuesday, and it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. We're gonna have some good training. I'm just considering whether or not we have to start booking people in. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to start booking in 10 slots for each skills class. And if you want it, you'll have to call me or text me or email me or message me on Instagram or something to get that spot, and we'll get you in. And then after 10, we'll close it up. We might be able to take 11, 12. Actually, we've spaced it out. We could fit even 13 people in the school. But we'll stop at 10, and then if somebody walks in, hopefully we won't have to turn them away. I don't want to have to turn away groups of people. However, if you haven't made a reservation, if you haven't talked to me yet, then you might get turned away at the beginning of class. So we'll be taking reservations probably starting next week. So that's going to be Monday, July 27th. We'll be opening up to reservations, and it'll be kind of a first come, first serve for 1, 6, and 8 on Tuesdays and 1 and 6 on Thursdays. I don't think the afternoon sparring class on Wednesdays will be too crowded. And then we also have sparring on Wednesdays at 7. We don't even have 10 kids in the kids class, so we should be fine. White Tigers, maybe the evening one. Might have to start taking reservations for that, but should be okay. I think between all the White Tigers we have 13, so we should be able to fit everybody. 13 evening guys at most usually, so should work out. I look forward to seeing you guys, and stay safe, have fun, and looking forward to seeing you guys. Thanks a lot.